What's going on, guys? Jordan Panio, and today in this video I'm going to show you how to get possibly the hardest Dark Ops challenge completed super easy on Black Ops 6 Zombies. So for this challenge, you're going to want to survive till round 51 on Terminus and then finish the boss fight after that. So you're going to have to go through the whole Easter egg, but the calling card looks sick. It's right on my screen right there. So let's get right into it. So right off the rip, we're going to go into our loadout, and you can really choose whatever you'd like. I would recommend using the GS45s with the Akimbos or one of the launchers. The HE1 or the Sigma is really good, but you could always just get that from the box. You'll have plenty of time to around 50. Melee doesn't matter. I suggest Ether Shroud. I actually did this challenge with one of my buddies just to make it a little more interesting, and I was also trying to do another Dark Ops challenge. That's why I have this LMG equipped. But there's my augments and everything, so we're going to get right into the video, and I'll show you guys exactly how I got set up for this challenge. So here we are on round 1 in the spawn, so we're just going to activate these 3 generators around the map. This will take you from round 1 to 4 or 5. So the first one's right in this little room here, and then the second one is in the Juggernog room. You can see the perk right there. And then the very final one, you're going to want to make your way all the way down to the laboratory and then activate that. It's just a little lockdown holdout. It's really quick, simple. And then once that is actually done, you will be able to head over to this edge here and interact with this little machine, and it'll lift the pack-a-punch up, and you have officially started your first Easter egg step. Alright, and once you get to about round 9 or 10, it's really your discretion. I would recommend going into this top half of the room in the laboratory and shooting right in between those boxes. That drops free double points for you. There's going to be these perk drops all the way around the map, and so you can just really mow zombies down and get a lot of points. Like, as you can see, I'm going to get up to like 1100 points or 11,000 points just from this one double points, which is really nice. So right now, I guess I'm just focusing on progressing in the rounds and then getting deadwire on one of my weapons, and I'll explain why in just a moment here. So if you actually buy this lift, there's going to be these little electrical boxes you're going to want to shoot, and you need deadwire for it. So the first one should be right in this window here on the right side. So I'm aiming in here. All right, there it is, and then turn, and then right there, exactly where I was aiming before. And then the fourth one is going to be right in this Juggernog room, right above this generator, and then it'll go all the way to the outside of the room, and it will open these doors here. So you're going to want to just turn hard right and look down and kill this zombie here. It'll drop a little like key card thing, and then after that you're going to want to head all the way over to like the biolab center or whatever it's called, and there's going to be this suitcase with a hand on it. Just interact with it and get out of there right away. A lot of vermins are going to spawn, and they can really catch you off guard. So you just want to kill those guys, and then you can head all the way back to the beam smasher room. We are back at the beam smasher buildable room. So there's going to be this whiteboard, and then these 3 little computers around the map that you're going to want to interact with. I did not get any gameplay because my duo partner obviously got them, but there's going to be these codes after you interact with them, and you just have to do some simple math. I will leave the link in the description for a really useful tool I use, because sometimes I swear the math just must be off or something with the coding. But I'll leave that in the description below, and you can just type your numbers in for X, Y, and Z and get onto it. Alright, and then for the next step for building the beam smasher, for this part you're going to want to grab this multiphasic resonator. It'll be at the back of the computer you were inputting the numbers in, and you're just going to go around these little islands. There's like the 3 main islands. It's not the shipwreck though. And basically you're going to hold square on the bottom of each of these little glowing orbs, and it'll start to spawn this little lockdown wave thingy. You can leave. It's not an actual lockdown, but a lot of zombies will spawn. And eventually it'll like pinpoint one zombie, and it'll have it glowing to the coordinates of that orb's color. As you can see, just turn that zombie green, so you just want to kill it next to the thing, and then you can hold square on that orb and drag it all the way over there, and you have to do that, I think it's 2 or 3 times, and then you can grab the multiphasic resonator. And once you are onto your final last island, you will know you're done by this giant flashing white light that's on your screen. So if you just want to keep progressing through these rounds, it's a really good way to get some extra points too. It's not a crazy amount, but once it's done, it'll be the AMP multi-phasic injector. So you're just gonna grab that, get right back in your boat, and then you have all the parts to build the beam smasher. So we're gonna head all the way back down to that room and get that built. So now that we have all the parts for the beam smasher and it is built, we're going to look for this little key card on the bottom of these traps. So there's one that could possibly be up in jug, and then the other two are going to be down in the laboratory. So you just want to look at the bottom there. A whole bunch of floorboards will be broken, so it's not really hard to miss, but you just want to actually activate this trap, and then just drag my teammate over here real quick. So you're going to activate the trap, and then they're going to shoot it with the beam smasher with the laser, and this will drop a little like key card thing, and then you're going to want to basically just give that over to Peck. And once you get back to spawn, we have a vermin around here. You're just going to head over to Peck. There's going to be this little drop file cabinet thing that you can put the hard drive in. It's going to be to my left over here. I don't know why I'm not interacting with Peck actually. And then from there, you can actually head all the way down to the bottom of the laboratory, and you can interact with this this middle device that's right in the center of the room. Alright, so we are finally down here in the laboratory, and you just want to interact with this little circle thing. It'll open, and then from there you're going to need 3 different codes that are hidden around the map. So the first one is going to be in this room right here by Quick Revive. It's going to be on this clock. You're going to want to look at it, and it's always going to be the hour hand. So as you can see in my video, it's 4. And then you want to head right into this room, and this little card right there is going to be the next number of the code. Mine was 4 again. And keep in mind, you have to do these in this order because this is the order that the code's actually going to go in. So, and then the last one is this incident report, which is 0. So my code was 440. It's going to be different within your game. Just remember, it's going to be clock, card, and then incident report. So once you get those inputted into this little mechanism, you're going to want to hold square or interact button on these little turn cylinders, and then it's going to start this lockdown. You just basically don't want to kill Nathan. I am using this sniper. It's really good if you get the critical kills or critical shots on him, but the GS45s work really good too. So is the Sigma, I believe. I do recommend getting the GS45. I was just using some side challenges, but those are a really, really good weapon that I recommend you using for everything. They take out bosses, zombies. It's going to be really useful in the boss fight, actually. So once you get this taken out, it's going to cue this little cutscene, and then you'll be on to the next step. Once you do finish Nathan off, you're actually going to want to dive into the water as well and grab this little key card, and then you're going to go over to this computer right here and just hold square or interact with it, and then it'll start the next step. For the next step, you're going to want to go into the boat, and then under the shipwreck, there's going to be this little ladder you can hop into. It's going to be right on the other side of this wall. So you're just going to want to go up there, and then once both of the players or all the players in your game are up in this little room, you're going to hold interact with these cylinders, and then you can drop them if you want. It'll just trigger a lockdown step. You just want to survive. It's like 2 or 3 waves. It's nothing too crazy. And then after you are done with that, you're going to pick the cylinders back up, hop in your boat, and then there's going to be, depending on how many players there are, it's 1 each player, so you're going to grab those cylinders and find the corresponding place that, like, I don't know, it's like the wiring or like the lining that you need to put on. So you can see I'm missing it here in my game, so I just applied it. And like I said, if there's 3 players, there's going to be 3 cylinders you have to find. 4, there's going to be 4. There's plenty of videos up with locations for that if you do need help. And then you want to head back up here to the PEX room, and then you can hold square on this. It's the hacking device. So this step's really simple with 2 players, but solo it can be a little difficult because of the vermins and stuff, so, or the parasites. So you just want to go up to these buoys and hold square. If you're doing it in a co-op game, you can just hold square and then drive away as you're hacking it. It'll still stay connected for some reason, but you're going to do that to 3 different buoys, and then you're going to want to immediately head down to the actual laboratory because there's going to be a bomb diffusion step. There's going to be 3 or 4 bombs, I believe, around here. You just want to run around, and you'll be able to, find them no problem. So once you do get all those hacked, you will actually be ready to go into the boss fight. If you do have trouble hacking those, like I said, I suggest having Ether Shroud on and civil monkeys are decoy bombs just to make it a little easier, but honestly, it's just a matter of training up the zombies and getting into a safe spot. But with that all being said, we are actually done with the Easter egg. You can see my teammate tried to go into the boss fight accidentally, but right now we're just going to focus on getting our weapon rarity to legendary for everything we desire, or whether it's our wonder weapons or regular weapons. In this game, I did end up using, I believe it's a GS45's Pack-a-Punch dual wield and this HE1 because I plan on doing this like weird thing I saw. But anyways, this is the strategy we actually ran. So we just camped in this little area here and we ended up cycling our mutant injections. So I'm just going to show you what this looks like at the beginning of a round here. So you just want to have your teammate camp in the corner and then you're going to pop this mutant injection and just body block for them. He's basically invulnerable in this corner unless there's amalgas, but they only spawn every like 3 or 4 rounds, I believe. So it's a pretty easy strategy. You just keep meleeing here and he should be safe, and then by the time yours runs out, he should be able to pop his, and then just continue this cycle over and over. You might have to end up, training every now and then, but we are actually ready to get into this boss fight here. So as you can see, I'm getting mutant injection, self-revive, just getting completely stacked for this boss fight, and we're going to go in and destroy this thing. And we are finally in the boss fight with patient 13. So as you can see, I have all my perks and everything ready. The 2 gobblegums I did run for this because it's just gonna make my life a whole lot easier. Is idolize for my teammate and myself, and free fire. I wanted to get the Sigma out of the box actually, but I ended up getting the HE1, and I know how the box is. Sometimes I could be there for like literally 3 hours and not get what I wanted. So the first stage is pretty simple. You just want to focus his weak points. They're usually glowing like orange on their shoulders, or on the patient 13 shoulders. He'll just keep popping up. A little tip too I'd like to recommend for everybody is that if you stay like on one side, that's where patient 13 is always going to come up. That's where the Kraken's always going to reappear. But if you go like to other sides, he's going to end up moving all around, and it makes then pinpointing the weak spots a lot more annoying. So we finished this first little stage here. This is just a holdout. It's not like based off how many zombies you kill or like the tentacle arms or anything. You're just going to want to run out the time, and eventually he should pop up and you can start laying in on him. So the second stage actually has started, so I'm going to wait for him to come down here in the middle, and I'm going to pop my idolize as well as my free fire, and then you're going to want to be careful. You can actually take damage if you are in idolize. It's just not from zombies and stuff. You'll still get hit mitigation, but with free fire you can see we're just absolutely melting this guy. I did get a little nervous because I didn't know that he could still damage me in this, but with this strategy, it makes it a lot easier. So the first one's going to be there, and then you want to shoot those tentacles. Obviously, he'll have three critical points, and he becomes immune after each one of those. Just keep that in mind with the free fire and stuff. But just focusing these weak points here, we should almost be done with stage 2. There we go. Alright, and we got 2 stages down, 1 more to go. So my teammate popped his idolized here, and I noticed that I did not have free fire, so I'm just going to lay in on him as much as I can with my GSs. He's doing his charge attack whenever he has his his tentacles up like that, and it's glowing. He's just going to do this wipe attack, so you're going to want to hop in the water behind cover, because that can insta-kill you. And then we're just going to keep focusing his eyes and his weak points. For the most part, I think it's his eyes that just slowly disappear, the more damage you do to him. So we're doing some pretty good damage here on round 51. His health cap isn't too bad. I was expecting this to be a lot harder than it actually was, but it was surprisingly easy, to say the least. I'm sure it helped that we had 2 players, but I don't think it'd be too bad with 1. But we're just going to keep chunking off his health here. We almost have him defeated. Just a couple more shots, and there we go. That is the terminus boss fight completed on round 51 for the Dark Ops Challenge Terminal. If you guys do have any questions, feel free to comment down below. I answer them a lot, and that's all I got for you guys today. If you did enjoy this video, appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button, like the video, and until then, I'll see you in the next one.